Hey, it's Kristen and Bethany here with Girl Defined Ministries, and in today's vlog, we're actually going to be doing a Q&A. We're going to be answering your questions about infatuation, modesty, and the future. So every once in a while, we like to do a Q&A to answer the questions that you've been sending us, either through your comments below on YouTube or through one of our social media platforms, or even through our email contact. And we know that you all send so many questions, and we wish we could answer all of them. We love them. So we try to pick some of the popular ones that many of you are asking regularly. So we've picked 6 today, and we hope that they are really, really helpful for you. Question number 1. How can I remain faithful to God in the late high school and college years when I don't know what my future holds? That's a really great question. Something that I regularly have to remind myself to do is to trust God right here, right now, because I don't know the future. I don't know what the future holds. So I have to be careful and intentional with my choices and my decisions at this current season of life. So I would really encourage you to do things that are going to help you to trust in God and to remain faithful to Him right now. So get involved with your church. Get involved with a small group. Have a daily quiet time. Find a wise older mentor and counselor. And although you don't know what the future holds, those things will really help you set yourself up to honor God as you move forward into the future. And number 2, how can I avoid getting too infatuated with a guy? I oftentimes put him on a pedestal and become so obsessed that I spend less time with God. I know attraction is normal, but how can I avoid becoming obsessed? Girlfriend, this is something that we had faced in the past and maybe still do. So this is a great question because becoming obsessed, being attracted to a guy is normal. That's okay. God designed us to be attracted. But when we become obsessed, here's what's happening. And this is what's been true in our lives, is that we are taking that guy. He is becoming the most important thing in our lives. We're spending all of our time thinking about him, analyzing, imagining, fantasizing about the future. Yeah. And basically what we're doing, believe it or not, is we're meditating on this guy and thoughts about him. So to fix that, what we need to do is instead take our thoughts captive and meditate on God's word. Memorize verses, open up the Bible, quote Psalms to yourself, and when you're tempted to go there and meditate and obsess about that guy, instead redirect your thought to God's words and truths and meditate on that instead, and that will really help. Question number 3, how can I let go of a guy after I've already ended the relationship? That's really hard to do. You've ended the relationship. You know it's the right thing to do to move on, but it's hard because you're thinking back to him, thoughts of him. I've been there myself, so I know exactly what that is like. And I would just really encourage you, just like what Kristen answered in the last one, is that you've got to take your thoughts captive. If you are letting your thoughts go back to, this moment, that moment, every memory, every conversation, thinking about it and just letting it flow through your head, believe it or not, you're just going to continue to remember those good thoughts, and then you're going to forget about the reasons why you ended the relationship, and you're just going to become kind of like obsessed with him, and you're going to struggle to let go. So I would just really encourage you, like Kristen said, to take your thoughts captive, meditate on Christ, fill your mind with that, and then also serve others. Get outside of yourself, get your mind on something else. So get it off of your own self, your own problems, the guy that you were with, and get it onto other people. There are so many people in this world, in your church, in your community, that you could serve and love. So I would just encourage you to do those 2 things. Take your thoughts captive and start serving others. And number 4, does dressing modestly mean I'm ashamed of my body? Ooh! That is a question that we get regularly, and honestly, that is such a misconception. That is honestly just a lie to say that we should be ashamed of our bodies when we dress modestly. But the truth is, when we open up God's word, we see that God handcrafted us to be women. He says that we're fearfully and wonderfully made. He created us to be beautiful. We're beautiful creations of His. But when we dress modestly, we're not saying that we're ashamed. What we're truly saying, when our hearts are in the right places to do it to honor God, we're saying that we value what God values. He values our bodies as women. He made us beautiful. And when we choose to dress modestly, we're not hiding our curves because we're ashamed of them. We're simply showing respect, value, and giving ourselves the dignity that Christ has already given us. So we encourage you to check out our ebook called Project Modesty, How to Honor God with Your Wardrobe While Looking Totally Adorable in the Process. We wrote this book to break down God's beautiful design for modesty in really practical ways and to show you how to embrace that in your everyday life. And question number 5. I have a passion to invest into younger women, but I'm not sure where to start. Any ideas? That's a really great question because it shows that you are interested in discipling and in mentoring and reaching out to younger women, that's awesome. Which we love. And there are some awesome places to start. First, I would recommend looking into your own church. Does your church have an Awana program? Do they have a youth group? Do they have any Sunday schools where you can volunteer to invest directly to the young women around you? So that's the first place that I would recommend. And if you don't have any of those options, consider starting a Bible study of your own, inviting young women either into your home or inviting them to like a cute coffee shop to go through a Bible study. So of course, Girl Defined, God's Radical Design for Beauty, Femininity, and Identity, the book that we wrote, would be a great place to take a group of young women through, a great book to work through. So those are just a few ideas on how you can invest into younger women. And last question, number 6, how can I transition from listening to secular music to listening to more Christian music? That's a really good question, and we're proud of you for wanting to do that. So it's honestly really simple, and we've done this transition a lot in our lives. You know how you have playlists, you have Spotify, iTunes on your phone, wherever you store your music, you typically have playlists. We just encourage you to take those playlists and slowly replace them or quickly replace them with other Christian music. So songs that are really going to take your focus off of this world, off of yourself, and really turn your focus upward, heavenward, on Christ, just worshiping Him. That has proved to be so helpful in our lives. But it's just that process of getting on your phone, getting on your computer, and making that transition, replacing those playlists, and then honestly just being intentional to listen to that music. And the more you listen to Christ-honoring music, the more your appetite will grow for it. So that would be my encouragement for you on that one. We hope you've enjoyed this short Q&A time. I wish we could go on for so much longer, but unfortunately time is up. But if you have more questions, comment below on this video, because we're going to be looking back to this video in the future to answer even more questions on a future vlog. And you can also go to our blog, girldefine.com, and just check the archives. We have literally written hundreds of blogs that answer pretty much every question on everything. So go to our blog and check out those blogs to help you answer your questions. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from us, just subscribe to our channel below, because we post new videos every Wednesday. Future success. Because you were doing it all in one breath. You were doing speedy zoomer bean. You were like this. It was like my fast talking. Comment below if you like how fast I talk. Comment below if you don't. Okay, like what? No, what other? Hi, Zach. Know what my future holds. Why are you laughing at me? I was laughing. You're like this. Like this. No. I hope it's filming. And I'll no fluff. What the future holds. There are a few. You just do it, right? It isn't a transition. Really good question. And in okay.